Hello. Okay, so for those of you who have been wondering, Z, where the hell have you been? Depressed. And then for those of you who are wondering, Z, is this filler content? Yes. Okay, listen, I'm working on a big video. I'm trying my best to get it out, but it is taking quite a bit. Okay, media analysis does that. However, in the meanwhile, I have a bit of a story to tell you. Okay, so I don't live an exciting life, but every once in a while something happens online that I try my best to wrap my little brain around. So imagine you're me, okay? And one day you have a dream, and you wake up from that dream and you suddenly think to yourself, holy shit, I want to draw what I saw in my dream. And in my case, it was this. What I saw in my dream was a Nintendo-inspired Mario-esque princess. She resided in some sort of fire kingdom, and I think she was being rescued from like a huge ice palace or something. I don't really remember, to be honest. What I do remember is more or less what she looked like, so I just drew that out on paper, and then I posted it to Twitter. And it got decent engagement, the same as what most of my original drawings get, which, by the way, often makes me pretty sad. If you're not following me on Twitter, you should go do that. So everything was all fine and dandy. I was just going to move on with my day after I posted that image. However, a few hours after it being up, I eventually started to get certain comments. The first one was someone wishing that a metal rod would go through my eye and I would give myself a lobotomy, which is nice. I'm pretty sure this one was a troll, but still, that's a pretty mean thing to say to somebody. The second one, however, is where shit really started to hit the fan. It all started with this one comment saying, ew, blackwashing. And now listen. Some of you are going to look at the next interaction that I'm going to show you, and you're going to tell me, oh my god, Z, that was so obviously trolling. How could you fall for such bait? And listen, I have browsed through both Nazi and white supremacist Twitter out of pure curiosity to see what the hell kind of degenerate shit I can find on Twitter. People on that side of Twitter actually say things like this. So it gets to a point where you have to question if this really is trolling or if this is someone sincerely believing the bullshit they say. So after their little comment where they say, ew, blackwashing, I respond with, what the fuck do you mean blackwashing? This is an original character. For those of you who don't know, the term blackwashing is thrown around at people who usually are making edits of already existing characters. I usually see it with anime edits. People will take an existing anime character and do a reimagining of them if they were black, which is all fine and dandy in my book. I don't do those sort of edits myself, but I don't see the issue with it. So when this guy uses the term blackwashing for what is an original character, that is quite confusing. There was nothing there to blackwash. So this man ever so cleverly responds with, it's still blackwashing. Mario is a white franchise. You should respect that. I respond back with, Mario Odyssey confirmed that there is people of color in the Mario universe, which for those of you who have played Mario Odyssey would understand. There is a sand level in Mario Odyssey with characters that are clearly inspired by Day of the Dead aesthetics. Same goes for the village that is in that level. It is very much inspired by old Mexican villages. For those of you who don't know, old Mexican buildings are usually painted bright colors. They're usually ranging from blue to pink, orange, aqua, those sort of colors. And you can clearly see that in the Mario Odyssey level. Not to mention that, Daisy as a character exists. Daisy used to have a lot more melanin in her skin than she does now. However, I think Nintendo is slowly giving her tan skin back, which is a good thing. Back to the conversation, this man responds with, Mario Odyssey was made by race traders, which is quite a sentence. I say that the guy who directed Mario Odyssey has been someone involved in the current Mario game since 2002 and directed the Mario game since 2013, which is very much true. For those of you who don't know, Mario Odyssey was directed by a man whose name is, and I'm probably going to butcher this, Kenta Motakura. Kenta Motakura has been there since Mario Sunshine. He's been with Nintendo even since before the Mario franchise. He's been a designer on Pokemon Stadium, which released in 2000. The bro worked on Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario 3D World, etc, etc. So when this guy says that Mario Odyssey was made by race traders, I mean, that's a take. Not exactly a good take, but a take. So after I basically put this man in his place, he responds with, "Burn in hell, wetback. Mario went woke in the 2000s. It's all downhill from there." Very, very interesting. For those of you who don't know, I'm Mexican, so I guess the slur was accurate. So because this interaction was very ridiculous to me, I screenshotted the whole conversation and then I posted it. You know, I just kind of expected a laugh or two. Whenever I make these kinds of posts, they don't exactly pop off, but I was wrong. As of reading this post has over 200 quote retweets, 66.2 likes, and now has been seen over 1 million times. Which is the hardest that a post of mine has ever went. I mean, I kind of wish that my art would pop off like that, but you know, whatever. In essence, post went very hard, and a bunch of people in response, you know, send the usual, "Oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I support you. I love your drawing of Princess Pepper," you know, that sort of stuff. However, along with it came people who were just here to hate. I got the usual people. There was some of them who were sending me the N-word. There were other people who were upset that she is black. Then there was this other weird conversation where people started to argue whether she's fat, which I don't think most of these people understand what a gown is. And then there were a few people who were sending me just blatantly racist imagery. Oh, not to mention that there were some people who were trying to accuse me of being the racist because, you know, oh god, it feels so weird to say this, but something about black people liking spice, therefore it makes sense that the character's black. Oh my god. Yeah, it feels kind of gross to repeat this stuff. The amount of discomfort that I felt receiving those types of images is wild. Then I got a few DMs as well. There was one person claiming that my feelings were hurt and that I need to basically check my black privilege, which, guys, I'm not black. I mean, I would imagine this is what racism does to you. It rots your brain to the fact that you can't even comprehend that there's a car outside. A very long, loud car! It rots your brain to the fact that you basically cannot think properly, so you decide to send a message like this to someone who, I mean, I am a person of color, but I'm not black. I mean, if you're going to insult me, do it right. You know, call me a beaner and whatever. In summary, this was a wild experience, and it still hasn't ended. I'm just kind of waiting that, like, the whole thing cools down. I very much appreciate all the fan art and support that I got, but sometimes the negativity just overwhelms the positivity. I've never really spoke up on this issue before, but I know that it exists. This happens to black artists on the daily on Twitter. They don't deserve the kind of harassment they get just for drawing characters that look like them, and in my case, I just got a little taste of it. I don't really know how to conclude this video because, I mean, usually I would suggest some sort of solution to anything that I talk about, you know, if what I talk about is a problem, but I don't really know how to solve this sort of thing. My only suggestion is, you know, go support black artists. Support artists that are people of color. Because most likely, they're going through shit like this. Oh, and another thing I want to add, actually, before I end this video is, as for the original comment that said, ew, blackwashing, and that Mario is a white franchise, blah blah blah, I kind of want to say, leave that account alone if you see my post, because I looked at their Twitter a few hours after my post went up, and I don't exactly know how to describe what's going on with them, but in essence, I think they're basically just a kid, and yeah, they were just trolling, trying to get a rise out of people, and I understand that, you know, they said very weird shit, like how Mario is a white franchise, and then they called me a wetback, but I would like to believe that people are worthy of second chances, and if this is some sort of experience that he can take and learn from, you know, basically just learn that people don't like being called slurs online, that would be great. It's not really about him anymore. His messages aren't the ones that I'm mainly upset by. It's the people who are sending me the other shit. The racist images, saying that for some reason I have black privilege, calling me the N-word, and also trying to insinuate that I'm actually the racist. It's those people that I'm more upset by. Yeah, I'm not sure how to exactly finish this video. Look forward to my future media analysis, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll see you guys later.